Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So in today's episode, I want us to discuss the time frames of the diversity visa for current one 2024 and the cost of processing your win. So I will give an example of a family from Kenya. Since I'm Kenyan, I can relate easily. So now that you have applied, you are about to wait in order to receive the result. So let's discuss two things here for you to stay prepared. DV processing timelines and the amount of money you will need. So here is a timeline to the Kenyans who win DV 2024 and 2023 and successfully made it to the US. So compare the notes if you are from any other eligible country. So first of all, on October 2022, people applied for Greencard. May 2023, the results were out. And in this case, I'm going to use example of those who were selected as a winner. And they appreciated, thank God for this. So now, first of all, after receiving the results, you need to submit your DS-260 form. That is a visa form. So what you need to do, or what you need to have, is your traveling passports to submit your DS-260, or you can use the other option of other traveling document if you do not have the passport at that moment, and also you don't need a marriage certificate to submit your DS-260 form. So you can indicate that you started living, you can indicate the date you started living together. On the question of date of marriage. On the host part, you can also fill your DS-260 form without a host. So you can indicate the name of the host as Neil, and street address of the host also as Neil, and phone number as you do not know. As Neil, if you do not know by winning time, and you do not have a host at that moment. So don't wait for passport, certificate of marriage, and host details for you to fill the DS-260 form. Use those options I've mentioned up there so that you will get your interview dates as soon as possible. So please start looking for a host now. Even though you filled it as Neil blah blah blah, make sure you look for one because you need it. So stick to how you applied. Don't change anything. Don't add no one. If you do so, you will ruin your chances of getting the visa. So do not add people who you did not include in your original entry unless it is a child who was born after you applied or after winning. So still on the same month, if you get your result, those unable to get a host in America, you can search. There is a very nice lady called Shika Hope on Facebook. She hosts people at a fee, but I think she doesn't host people with kids unless they're childless. So you can look for her and arrange for how she can help you. And now, since you submitted your DS-260 that you with other traveling documents, you do not have your passport. Now apply for traveling passport after submitting your DS-260. But if you can get it now, then that is also fine before the results are out. And also, if you don't have a marriage certificate, you can apply for one. For those who applied as married and have no marriage certificate, and from June onwards now, if you submitted your DS-260 by May, you can now start checking for those monthly bulletins to know when your month goes current. And going current here means that you are among those who can be called for interview. So check on the site link on the description box of this video. I'm going to put it there. And July, maybe if you applied for your marriage certificate in June, you should be able to get it by then. Then come August, you get your police clearance certificate for countries you have lived in for more than 6 months. And by mid-August, possibly, if you had a locus number, you receive your interview letter. If you had submitted only if you submitted very early your DS-260 and one with a locus number that is lower than 24,000, or less than 2,400. Sorry. So by August, you book for your medicals. If you get your second notification letter by mid-August, so you book for your medical examination by sending an email to the IOM, International Organization for Migration. So there is an email address on how to send them an email in the description box. Check that, and also you can also request by the same month for NEC to verify your KCC certificate on the QMIS portal. Check on the description box for the link to verification of NEC certificates. So by September, this is your waiting month as you continue preparing for the interview and the necessary documents. And by October now, you go for your medical examination at the International Organization Migration Hospital in Nairobi. So the IOM Hospital is on your way to Raraka at Girigiri, just behind US Embassy in Nairobi. So you pray to God that you successfully do your chest x-ray, and if you find out old TB scars, maybe you had TB before, you will be put under sputum test for a period of 2 months. If all is well, then congratulations. October 2023 is the earliest. DV 2022 winners had their first interview. So you attend your interview at US Embassy, Nairobi, and this happens 1 week after attending your medicals generally. So if you are successful, you'll be issued with a visa, and will receive it in 2 weeks' time. And your visa is sent to you via the DHL you selected when registering for the interview on the site shown on the description box. So by November 2023, you pay your migrant fee, you also pay for your air ticket, and then fly out to the USA. So possibly after arriving, it will be in November, and most of the times it is winter time in America. So be sure to carry or be wearing warm and heavy jackets. And by December 2023, you receive your green card in America. At the same month, you can receive your driving license, and you get your first job in America, hopefully, if you're lucky enough. And by the same month, take your first photo playing in the snow since it is winter, and post it on social medias if you're a social media person. And maybe send some $100 back home so that they can buy something to enjoy the holidays. And most of the times, you know that in America, people are paid around $2,000, that is $200 or more. That is $20 per hour. In a day, you can make about 22,000 Kenyan shilling. So apart from the interviews, I need you to know that if everything goes well, by February 2024, you can relocate to your first apartment in the USA. And the cost is normally around $1,200 and above. And also, you need to note that for DV 2022 interviews, they will take place from October 2023 up to September 2024. And also note that the earliest DV 2024 winner can leave Kenya is next year, November. And the latest is March 2025. So let's proceed to the cost of all these for a married person. We use an example of a family of 4 from Kenya. So most of the time, green card application is free, but if you use a cyber service, it can be $5, that is 500 Kenyan shilling. DS260 submission, you can do it yourself if you are conversant with everything, but if you need help or at the cyber cafe, you can use 2,000 per person, that is 8,000 Kenyan shilling for 4 people. Police clearance certificate, most of the time, it is 1,200 for an adult. So for 2 adults, it will be 2,400 Kenyan shilling. Marriage certificate is 15,000 Kenyan shilling. That is $150, and verification of their certificates is $30 USD for the principal, that is 3,000 Kenyan shilling for principal applicant. Medicals, for 4 people, I will use a family of 4, approximation of 170,000 Kenyan shilling. Embassy interview is 165,000 for all, and also immigration fee should be around 110,000 for 4 people. If you need to buy suitcases and jackets, I will approximate 60,000 Kenyan shilling. Buying air tickets is 400,000 Kenyan shilling. That is $4,000 for 4 people. So if you are a single person and you win from Kenya, you should have a budget of around 2,500 US dollars. That is 250,000 Kenyan shilling, and that one will be sufficient enough for you. So another thing I need you to remember are the documents you will need after winning. So do well to watch our next video. I will do a video on that so that you get yourself conversant of all the documents